Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Nava akarehi indriyani tikhani bhavanti iti. Dear Dhamma friends, as you all know, Buddha discussed about faculties, indriya. So indriya is a kind of a common term referred to many different ways. Depending on the context, we need to understand where exactly Buddha refers. Say for example, when we consider 5 faculties, say eye as a faculty, ear as a faculty, nose as a faculty, tongue as faculty, and then the body as faculty. So that likewise, externally we are discussing about 5 faculties. On the other hand, when we are say developing meditation, developing mindfulness, developing concentration, and again we are developing wisdom, then certain spiritual qualities are developing, and they are also considered or referred as faculties. So there are 5 such faculties, what we call as saddha, faith, viriya, effort, sati, mindfulness, samadhi, concentration, panya, wisdom. Probably you all have heard about these 5 faculties. So these 5 faculties are something that we are trying to develop. So if they are not really developing, that means our meditation has something wrong. So basically, out of saddha, faith, that we really start our practice, we get on to Buddha's teaching. But at the beginning we don't have really convincing kind of saddha, but we have some sort of a, say, blind faith in a way. We also believe that what Buddha mentioned is true, and what is referred in the Dhamma is true, and what are the followers who are doing is something correct. So kind of a external belief, not yet a kind of a experiential knowledge. So therefore it is called amulika saddha, where you don't have proper saddha, faith based on proper ground, solid facts. Rather you have kind of a belief dependent type of faith. But interestingly, Buddha's teaching has the ability to verify. So you can, it is not merely that you have to continuously have blind faith or kind of a faith which is not based on real facts, but you can really put the Dhamma into practice, and then you yourself can experience certain things, what Buddha has referred, and certain milestones, certain qualities, we ourselves can develop. So certain things may appear in the mind, and then you can experientially say what Buddha has mentioned is true, what is stated in the Dhamma is true, and what is practiced by the Sangha is also true. So likewise, then it becomes more factual. It becomes kind of something which is you have kind of an understanding, faith, depending on your own conviction, depending on your own understanding. Because now you have some solid facts. So therefore, faith in that reference is something that we need to grow. It is not that we are, suppose that several years ago you went to temple only 1 day per month. As faith developing, you are going 2 days. Then as faith developing, you are going 4 days. As faith developing, you are going every day. So this is not the way actually we can really see what Buddha mentioned is growing. But on the other hand, say you at the beginning have kind of a vague kind of faith regarding the Buddha, kind of a vague understanding about Dhamma, and kind of a faith about the Sangha. But as you are continuing your own practice, then you get a really heartfelt faith, heartfelt affection, heartfelt gratitude towards the Buddha. And you can refer where he is and what he is, a kind of a character, a person, not really a person, say Tathagata. That's the only way we can refer him. So from while being where or with what a kind of an understanding that he has delivered the Dhamma. So likewise, you have a kind of an experiential knowledge-based faith. So then that is growing. So at the beginning you have, say you are going to the temple and offer some flowers, offer some gilampasa and etc. But later you have kind of a faith which is coming from your own heart, which is more solid, more powerful, more based on proper ground, and it's kind of an unwavering kind of faith. And also Buddha mentioned, through the Dhamma you have to realize me. Through the Dhamma you have to see me. Yo Dhammam passati, so mam passati. So that's why Buddha encouraged Venerable Vakkali not to look at him, not to look at Buddha's image, not to follow him as a person. Rather to realize Dhamma, to look at Dhamma, practice Dhamma. And when you practice Dhamma, probably you may have a better understanding about Buddha. So that is something that we need to refer, that is something that we need to direct our attention, direct our practice, so that we are going through the practice, trying to realize the Dhamma, and then we understand who is Buddha. It's a very interesting phenomena that Buddha is inviting us to do. And on the other hand, if we consider virya, effort, so we all have some amount of effort. So that's why while others are engaged with so many other activities, we actually as some faithful individuals, we have come here and we are trying to practice. So we have some sort of an effort to discard all the other, say, wrong views and many other obstacles, and then continuing our practice. So that kind of an effort is there. But on the other hand, effort also has to be balanced. If we are putting too much effort during our meditation, so that is also leading to sort of restlessness in the mind, agitation in the mind. If we don't have enough effort, then we feel sleepy, drowsy, and ultimately we give up the practice. So likewise, these have to be balanced. And on the other hand, mindfulness, sati. So it remains in the middle. If we consider 5 faculties, if these are the 5 faculties, so middle is the mindfulness. So it is very much like doing a kind of a monitoring process. It is the one balancing all the other faculties. So if you don't have faith, you become somewhat a person with kind of a cunning and say hateful character. But on the other hand, if you have too much faith without wisdom, that is also not the proper way. So the faith and wisdom has to be properly balanced. Similarly, effort and concentration have to be well balanced. Suppose you are practicing Anapanasati and you are developing some amount of concentration. At that time, if you are putting too much energy, again and again you quickly do, noting, then that doesn't allow you to go deeper concentrations. At that time, you need to understand, okay, now mind is ready to go even deeper concentrations. I have to give the mind some relaxed environment. As a result of that, you need to reduce energy. So it has to happen on the way, on the go. At the beginning, you had some energy because you are facing a lot of distractions, a lot of obstacles, till you are putting yourself into the proper track. Then in the middle, you may need to understand, okay, now things are happening smoothly. Mind is now fairly concentrated. No nivaranas, no hindrances. Now I need to relax. Now I need to have some mild kind of an energy. Then the concentration may grow, even go deeper. So likewise, the effort and concentration are to be balanced. Now you can see, these are some spiritual faculties we are talking. At the beginning, we don't know what they are. We may have some amount of faith, maybe, as Buddhist, as born Buddhist, where our name is referred in our birth certificate as a Buddhist. So that is not something that we can really say that I am a Buddhist or I am really a faithful person or something like that. Rather, we need to put ourselves into practice. Then only we can say, okay, now something is growing. I have kind of a heartfelt gratitude towards the Buddha, heartfelt faith about the Buddha, kind of a trust about the Buddha. I feel him. I feel where he is. So that's kind of a real tangible kind of faith. Then say, for example, you may understand, okay, today I have some lot of faith. I feel of respecting Buddha. I feel of venerating him. I feel of, reciting Buddha's qualities. So that means you understand as a faculty in the mind. So there is something available, something, say, I feel. But today, maybe I don't have much faith. I am little, have a lot of doubts. Then you may understand, okay, today my faith faculty is not much sharp. So as a spiritual quality, now you can notice availability or unavailability of faith. At the beginning, you didn't have kind of a quality as such to refer, but as you are continuing your practice, you can simply look at your mind and say, okay, today I feel more faithful. I feel more gratitude towards the Buddha. But on the other hand, on another day, you see, I have a lot of doubts, I don't feel like practicing. That means no faith, less faith. So that is the presence or absence of the faith faculty is noticeable as a faculty, as a spiritual quality. That is the level that we need to come, where we say, okay, as a faculty, as an indriya, faith is available, or faith is not available. And when faith is available, then faith driving us. Faith tell you, okay, you better practice, you better put enough effort, you better practice vipassana, you better participate on a retreat. So that is, faith is really leading you, really driving you to do more. You get a lot of trust, you get a lot of faith. As a result of that, faith is really telling you or taking you to a more deeper levels. Say if you have more effort, on that time, say you say in the morning you get up early. Typically assume that you are waking up only at 6 a.m. But with a lot of effort, okay, now you are waking up at 3 a.m. because a lot of effort is there. You need to practice, you need to go for a walk. And now come and now you need to practice another 1 hour sitting. Even though it is painful, you are bearing it, coping up. It's a lot of effort. And even you miss the lunch, doesn't matter. You have a lot of effort. And even many obstacles are there. People are struggling, shouting. No problem. Unwavering kind of effort. So you are more determined. So that means the effort is now leading. As a, if you consider the mind as a kind of a institute. So now effort is the leader of the whole institute and everybody is simply adhering to effort. Effort is playing the leading role. But on the other hand, certain other days you feel better, I sleep some more. Even till 8 o'clock you are sleeping, not waking up and not simply skipping your morning sitting and not necessary to go to Buddha Vandana. So you are very much like lethargic. So that means absence of effort in the mind. So now you see, as a spiritual quality, you can decide when you have energy working, effort working. On another day, you can decide, okay, energy is not enough, so I feel lethargic, I feel drowsy. I am not sort of energetic today. I am simply, spending time with many other things, but have no spiritual kind of ambition to fulfill. That means less effort. So as a faculty now you can understand, say, presence of effort is also possible, absence of effort or energy also possible. As a faculty now you can recognize how effort is influencing the mind, how effort is available in the mind. So this is where you understand something called effort, something called energy, spiritual energy is operating within the mind. Previously you didn't notice this kind of a situation, but now say you understand, yes, there is something driving me. asking me to do more, asking me to practice, asking me to learn something more, investigate. So likewise, effort is working. Mindfulness. At the beginning, you are completely unmindful. You forget your handbag, you forget your car key. Many things are there. So you are completely neglectful, ignorant. But on the other hand, another day, say as you are developing mindfulness, then you are more energetic, you feel fresh, you feel wake up, and say you can maintain a lot of activities mindfully, can conduct a lot of activities mindfully, and you feel, okay, at the beginning my walking session only 5 steps I could be mindful, but now develop mindfulness, and from this end to the other end I can walk mindfully. So that's as a kind of a quality. Now mindfulness is growing, and later you may understand, okay, I can even do many other tasks mindfully. Today mindfulness is very good. Today I didn't forget anything. I feel quite awake every time. Everything I did I can remember. Every word I mention I can remember, and I can even look at the mind. I am fully awake, fully alert. So there you can understand, okay, mindfulness as a faculty is now leading. He's the leader. He's the one driving yourself now. So he is telling, the mindfulness is telling, okay, this task, okay, you have to do mindfully. And on the other hand, it may tell you, okay, these are the things that you need to get rid of. I mean, these are, say, bad qualities. These are still some shortcomings in yourself. These are the defilements. You better discard them. You better develop these other faculties, these other spiritual qualities. So mindfulness, as a kind of a teacher, as a companion, will tell you to do the good and again to discard the bad. Tell you the path. I mean, these are the good, correct, wholesome paths, deeds you need to conduct, and these are the certain shortcomings, drawbacks you have which are to be abandoned. So likewise, as a teacher, as a companion, always available with you, mindfulness is happening, operating. Then you may understand, okay, today mindfulness is really operating, really leading the mind. So I feel quite mindful. Throughout the day I was really mindful. So you can recognize, okay, certain days really mindful. Certain other days not mindful, fully forgetful, and you are simply continuing with a lot of thinking, too much thinking, obsessive thinking, and many shortcomings happen, and you may get into quarrels and you couldn't stop yourself. You are more reactive. That means less mindfulness. So as a faculty, now you can understand the presence or absence of mindfulness. Similarly, say concentration. Say you are continuing a practice, and as you want to, say, develop anapanasati, for example. At the beginning your mind get distracted, but now, say, continuously, say 100 breaths, 200 breaths, 300 breaths, you can continuously look at breathing. No distractions. Even if distressed, quickly come back. Say you are practicing Vedananupassana. Each and every feeling you can look at carefully. You have sharp attention, very focused awareness. Or on the other hand, say, overall your mind is very clear, transparent. You can, even a slightest thing you can notice. Clarity of mind is available. The availability or non-availability of this kind of a thing. If it is not available, you feel crowded, say mind is like foggy, nothing is noticeable. You feel, maybe scattered, mind always distracted. That means absence of concentration, absence of samadhi. So as a faculty, when available or not available, faculty, samadhi, that you can notice as you are growing. Actually, the samadhi and all the other faculties also, they evolve. Evolve in the sense, it is not the same samadhi that you experienced several years ago, and it's not the same samadhi that you are experiencing today. Kind of an evolution happens. But anyway, availability or non-availability, absence or presence of samadhi is also noticeable. And you understand there's a kind of a concentration, kind of a samadhi. When today quickly my mind get concentrated. I felt kind of blissful. Or I notice each and every aspect of phenomena very clearly. So these are the qualities that we can say samadhi is very sharp. Availability of samadhi. Now samadhi is the one leading the mind. Very sharp attention. If you are reading a book, you can say less distractions. Previously, say you spend hours in reading the book. Today, within couple of say days you spent previously, but today within several hours you could finish the reading, because your sharpness of the mind, concentration of the mind very good. As a result of that, less distractions, so you can fully pay your attention to the task. Then you understand, okay, some kind of a quality has developed in the mind, that is a concentration. And wisdom. Say, when we consider wisdom, again a vast spectrum of wisdom is there. Say you start developing as a clear comprehension, and say you are able to look at things in detail from many different angles. And as you are continuing, you may understand, okay, things are impermanent, things are quickly changing, and say everything is oppressed by this arising and passing away. So you are getting some kind of a deeper understanding. And you may even operating in the normal day-to-day life. So you can immediately understand a solution to a particular problem. Say you are facing some lifetime problem at your family. Probably others couldn't understand the solution, but immediately you got an instinctual kind of a solution. So this is how you can say, okay, today wisdom is very sharp. But on another day, say it's kind of blunt. You are not, even you are trying to recall something, you can't get it. Even when others are quickly answering, you can't answer. You can say, okay, wisdom is not well operating. So the absence and the presence of the wisdom as a faculty, as a spiritual quality, now you can recognize. Now these are the spiritual faculties that we are trying to develop in ourselves. So in this portion of Visuddhi Magga, now it is mentioned, if these faculties are not growing, how to grow them. So we as a group who are trying to develop these spiritual faculties, so it is really worthy to look at what are the ways that we can develop these spiritual faculties. So it is mentioned, say you are trying to develop certain qualities, first of all using your own kind of experience. So you are referring your body, you are trying to dissect it into different pieces, anatomical parts, and you are trying to develop some understanding. Maybe as we discussed today, say you are putting your concentration into it, and then it will reveal what is available in the body. So likewise, you are trying to understand the reality of the body. And as you have that understanding, then you can put the same understanding outside. And then you understand, okay, I have some deeper understanding about this body, then another one's body also is very similar. Inferential knowledge, Naya Vipassana. The term Naya Vipassana is used here. It is not the kind of a direct Vipassana where you use your own mindfulness, concentration, and then apply that to your own body and do a kind of a direct experiential knowledge. Have a direct experiential knowledge. So that is the direct Vipassana, we can say. But in Naya Vipassana, what we do is the available understanding which you already develop using your own direct experiential knowledge is now you are applying to someone else's body. There you may understand, okay, it is also very similar as we discuss even today. Say you understand different elements within your body, and maybe you may understand, okay, in the external things, say this cup, this a clock, handkerchief, wherever it is. Same elements are there. So that is inferential knowledge, Naya Vipassana. Now you can say at the beginning we take a little sample of our own phenomena, so-called own phenomena. And later you may understand they are also not yours. But at the beginning we call them as my body, my thoughts. That's how we have to communicate. And later you put it to the outside and you understand, okay, same thing is available outside as well. Inferentially you get some understanding. Ajjatta Bahidda. So interestingly, in this portion of Visuddhimagga, what is mentioned is, if even this inferential knowledge is not working, not developing, so these are the methods that you need to apply so that your faculties are developing. Navahakarehi indriyani tikkani bhavanti. Using 9 methods, 9 ways, you can sharpen the faculties, spiritual faculties. It is not that you are sharpening your eyesight wearing a spectacle. Those are different faculties. Now here we are talking about spiritual faculties, how to sharpen spiritual faculties. So 9 methods are explained. So as group, so those are very interesting. So the first one is telling like this. Uppannannang sankharanang khayameva passati. Now suppose that you are doing walking meditation. And now you are practicing, say, Dhatu Manasikara. Different characteristics are available, so you can see how hardness arise, how softness arise, how heat arise, how cold arise, how movements are arising. Now you can look at, different characteristics are there, different element characteristics are there. Even we discussed them during our question and answer session. So while walking, you understand, okay, this body is nothing but elements. Different element characteristics are there. Say you are practicing Vedananupassana. Different feelings are there. Sometimes pleasurable feeling, sometimes painful feeling, sometimes equanimous feeling. And say these feelings arise and stay for a while, several minutes, and then disappear. And you even look at more closely, then probably you may understand, okay, no, it is not that they stay longer, 1 minute, 2 minutes, rather it's a group of feelings. They are very subtle, very brittle, very much like. Quickly they arise and pass away. But I get a perspective, feel like, there is a pleasurable feeling, there is a painful feeling. But really it is not. It's a group of pleasurable feelings, group of painful feelings, group of equanimous feelings. All together, overall they appear like a single feeling. Now you get a more deep understanding. Now you are trying to look at even this minute kind of feeling. Now you can't even differentiate whether it is say pleasurable, painful, equanimous. Some kind of feeling is there, minute feeling, so you are looking at them very closely. You quickly see arising, passing away. Now you are looking at even your thoughts. You are in a very relaxed mood, you allow thoughts to come, but you know they are thoughts. They are not my thoughts. They are not about the struggle, they are thoughts. They are not about petrol, they are thoughts. So they are thoughts. Now you are taking a different stand. You are not going to the content really, but you see how they behave, how they appear, how they are trying to tempt you, how they are trying to delude you. And more you are looking at them dispassionately, with a kind of a distant watch, they start to fade away. They come, they go, they come, they go. Now, in this statement, what is mentioned, uppannannang sankharanang khayameva passati. So it is mentioned, now you can pay more attention to the fading away part, nirodha side. Now you already understood the arising part as well. But now in order to sharpen the faculties, now you pay attention to the fading away part, how they quickly vanish, how they quickly disappear. Now say if we apply them to the feelings, So typically when pleasurable feelings are there, so we can say how they are arising. Painful feelings are there, how they are arising. But here more emphasis is given to see how they are fading away, how they are quickly vanish. So now your mind is attuned, more focus, more emphasis is given to see the ceasing side, cessation side. Now you are looking at that. And you are trying to watch the mind. You don't bother much about how they are coming, but you are more concerned about how they are going, how they are leaving the mind. Now you are looking at that. Kayameva passati. Everything is passing away, passing away, passing away. So this is the kind of attitude that the yogi is expected to develop in order to further sharpen the faculties. Oh, these are very interesting. I mean, if you are going, say, understanding more deeply about the three characteristics, impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, non-self, and during your, say, practice, in a certain period of time, you may come through this. So there you may understand, okay, now I see the rising side, yes, true, but later you may say, okay, now I see the passing away side. Mind doesn't retain it. Mind doesn't retain anything. Sometimes yogis are mentioning, mind doesn't want to keep anything. Bhante, everything is going. Everything is going. Mind doesn't want to keep anything. Mind very much like discarding everything, letting go everything. Now you are sharpening this letting go, relinquishment, abandoning, discarding. So mind is, now previously it is completely opposite. Whatever we see, I want. Whatever I hear, I want. Is mine. You can't get it, I need that. I need the last portion. So we have that kind of an attachment, we have that kind of an attitude to get the large portion, to become the first, to be the first in the queue. To be in the first in the class, to be the president. So we are always in a contest, competition, to be the first. But now, not much. So it doesn't matter. Our Lokusanas say a good example, say once you have many bananas. You know, certain banana are small, certain banana are large. I want to have the largest banana. Like monkeys, I don't know. I want to have the largest. And now suppose that when you are given many bananas on a tray to kids, do you think that the kid may select the smallest one? Always our mind will take the large one, I mean largest. You are quite hungry, don't you? The best one, the largest one. But say on the other hand, when you are going to the other side, say the spiritual side, you don't bother much. You are happy to accept the way it is. You are ready. I mean it is not something easy, because our craving, we are driven by craving. We are slaves to craving. It is not I am operating there. It is the craving is deciding what I want to do. So I say that I selected, I became. That's how we interpret. But craving behind is controlling us. Tanha dutiyo puriso. So he is craving as a companion, always with us, tell us, do this, do that, give me this, give me that. Take the best, take the largest. Craving is telling us we are just doing it. But more you do vipassana, more you do this kind of a kayanupassana, so you see the fading away part, discarding part, relinquishment part, then you don't worry much. Because you know everything happens to disappear. Everything appears to disappear. You know this scene will pass away. This too will pass away. So Ajahn Chah beautifully has mentioned, this too will pass away. Whatever the incident, this too will pass away. Oh, I pass away. If Things may not pass away, maybe, okay, this, suppose you come through an illness. This illness may pass away. Or in the worst, I may pass away. This body may pass away. So, till the death, some diseases will pass away. At the death, all the diseases will pass away. So, everything is come to pass away. So, you see this passing away side, cessation side. Now, once everything ceased, what is existing? Suppose now you are watching the mind. One thought appear, you know this will go. So you are not bothered, you are mindfully watching it. It passed away, fade away. Another thought appear, you know, nothing to worry, I don't need to struggle. It may pass away. This too will pass away. It will go. Suppose, what do you think? Do you think that many thoughts may come, more and more thoughts may come, or less thoughts may come? So if you are not putting your part, if you are not, as we discussed even during the Q&A session, if you are not doing fabrications, if you are not doing our own constructions, own additions, so they quickly go away. So we are the ones retaining them. We are the ones offering them tea, banana. So they stay. But if you are not offering anything, so they simply fade away. They don't have their own energy. So they are taking our own energy and they eat us. Everything disappeared. Yeah, it's all of a sudden. At least expected. Isn't it? When you least expected, things happen. When you are prepared, nothing will happen. And you are prepared at, say, at 6 p.m., electricity will disappear. Power cut. This will not happen. Now you see at 6 p.m. it may not come. Maybe 6:10. But anyway, so when you are watching the mind and more you have kind of a dispassionate attitudes towards the thoughts, because you are very well aware now, none of these thoughts come to remain, come to stay, rather they come to go, come to leave. And now you are not much bothered. You are not taking too seriously about thoughts. How many of us are taking thoughts seriously? Isn't it? We are taking so serious now. Each and every thought we are taking so serious. So while you are driving your vehicle, how seriously are you taking the incoming vehicles? Each and every vehicle? How seriously are you taking? So if it is coming towards you, without giving you way, maybe I have to take it seriously. I have to turn my vehicle to the other side so that I can escape. But if they are minding their own route and they are going on the other side, say you are on this side, you are on left side, you are traveling on your highway, they are on the other side. So why you bother? Same thing in our mind. Things are coming due to various reasons. But we, unfortunately, unnecessarily, we give importance to them. We invite them. And we feed them. Nurture them. Ultimately, they burn us. They eat us. That's why in Kajjaniya Sutta, Buddha mentioned, these aggregates are eating you. In the past, they ate you. Today, they are eating you. If you have more tomorrow, they will eat you. Kajjaniya. So strongly mentioned. So when your mind is attuned towards letting go, you are ready to discard, you are ready to abandon, you are ready to relinquish, then you are not taking too seriously about thoughts. You are not taking seriously much about the pains even the pleasurable feelings. Because you know that too will pass away. Say about various other incidents happen in your life, may not be taken too seriously. Doesn't matter. You can accept, you can bear the situation. So kind of an attitude change may happen. So it is not merely that we are trying to talk here kind of a technical point. Say while you are in sitting meditation, say you have to sharply look at all these phenomena rising and passing away. Now you have to check only the passing away side. Too technical. True, that is also necessary. But that kind of practice have to do certain impact to your mind. Then you see, okay, I am taken things so seriously previously. Even a slight thing, minute things I have taken so seriously, but now not much. Even others, even we discussed today, even others are asking you to, why don't you come and join with us? Why don't you come and struggle? Why don't you come and fight? Not interested. So kind of an attitude have changed. Kind of behavioral change are noticeable within ourselves. It has to. And the second thing, tathacha sakkaccha kiriyaya sampadeti. And you are doing it properly. Sakkaccha kiriya. Now suppose someone is coming and asking your help. Say your friend is coming and asking your help. He is in a bad situation, bankrupt, and say you are still in a well-to-do position, and he is asking kind of a help from you, and he is visiting your house, and you feel like, why this fellow come at this time? I better get rid of him quickly. He is asking, say, 1 lakh, 100,000 rupees. And you simply go, okay, today I have only 25,000, just, okay, you give. And you, without taking much attention, you simply give 25,000 and you quickly want to get rid of him. Suppose another scenario. So your friend is telling you, calling you, I am in a bad situation, I need help from you. Then you invite, yes, no problem, you come, I have enough money. So you invite, and then he come and you say have a good chat, and you console him, you chat with him, and you are asking what's going on, and he's asking 100,000, say you are giving 125,000, and you are giving him a lift even. Today, even with less fuel, you are giving even a lift, and you are calling others also, just try to help him. Which way is sakkachakari? Sakkachakari is doing it properly. Say you are going to a monastery to offer dana. Say you are going as a group, and you simply, the other women are there to cook, no? So you simply sleep. You have, I can't get rid of my sleep, no? How to dedicate my sleep just to prepare dana? Because other women are available, no? They are, I have a lot of other problems. I probably might increase my sugar level if I avoid sleep. So you have enough reasons. And they are actually preparing everything. And the morning, say you come and you have proper clothing and you offer something, you're done. Another scenario. So you are the one preparing. You want to participate. You are contributing, not simply by money. So you are putting a lot of effort, and you are asking others also help. And you yourself, say, cook. You yourself spend time. And you even help others, and you are, say, participating in each and every activity. And you are doing it wholeheartedly. You feel it. And you are doing it better, as the way you can. Not just negligently, but the proper way, best way you can. So which one is the better? Both cases you are giving, by the way, dana. Which one is better? Which one you think is the better? There's an interesting story by King Saddhatissa. Have you heard? King Saddhatissa is the brother of King Dutugamnu, very faithful king. And again, he is the one who has really developed the agriculture in the country. and he has taken care of the whole country economic side when King Dutugamunu was doing the battle, going through the war. And after King Dutugamunu, he has led a very righteous kingdom. And one day, he want to give proper dana. Now, as a king, easily he can do, no? He can simply order, okay, tomorrow 100 monks may come, you offer dana. That's it he had to do. But that is not the way he did. He disguised himself as a farmer. He go to a remote village and he is now working as a farmer. With sweat and all the difficulties. Farming is not easy, no. Today you may hire a tractor and do. That's also by someone. Now, these good old days, you have to use yourself. You have to do it yourself. In a muddy land, in a muddy field, now you are doing it yourself. He being the king, now he did it with few other farmers, paddy farmers, and do it thoroughly. And at the end of the time, he also got his portion, because they were doing it as a group, and he also got his portion. Now that portion, now he with lot of respect prepared the meal, prepared everything, and then offered. And that is how he thought to do it better. So you can imagine how faithfully Saddha Tissa. He is representing his name, isn't it? Saddha Tissa. So they are our kings. You can imagine how our kings and how our presidents, what a difference. You can imagine what a kind of a degradation has happened as spiritually in Sri Lanka. And we think, we are developed and all blah blah things, but how spiritually poor we are. Anyway, now, so this is what we call as sakkachakari. Whenever you are doing something good, you have to be sakkachakari, doing it properly, not negligently. Your friend is asking you help, doing it properly, doing it wholeheartedly, so that he is happy, not doing it negligently, just to get rid of it, just doing something and save yourself, survive yourself, escape, not the way. But you are doing it properly, with respect. You are not, condemning him, belittling him, or neglect him, but doing it properly. So the same thing here. Sakkaccha kriyaya sampadeti. Say you are coming to meditation and you have some kind of a heartfelt attitude. So you wake up early, you wash yourself, and you are wearing proper clothes, and you are doing it properly. It's not in a rush manner. You are putting some energy to that, each and every little thing. And before the meditation, some paying respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, the friends. So you have kind of a dedication, kind of a gratitude. So these are little things actually preparing ourselves, doing it properly, not in a rush. Everything is in a proper manner. Say you are preparing your walking path, so you are doing it everything properly, everything mindfully. And now the walking path is very beautiful. Once you look at it, your mind has a kind of pleasant feeling, because it has no dirt, no leaves, and everything is so beautiful, and you are taking care of it. These are really little things, but affecting our mind. It has some impact in the mind. So that's why sakkachakari hoti. Whatever the good things, whatever the wholesome deeds we do, so Buddha mentioned, when you are doing it properly, when you are doing it wholeheartedly, so it has kind of an indication, and you feel quite happy when you are doing like that. Now suppose you did the same thing neglectfully, then you may not get the same amount of merit even, if you are doing a kind of meritorious deed. Say when we were discussing that dana, say when you yourself put forth a lot of effort and your energy and doing it wholeheartedly, so that produces a lot of merit, if we are so concerned about the merit, punya. But here in the meditation, when you are preparing everything so smoothly and you feel pleasant, you feel calm, and your sitting place is quite decent, your walking path is quite decent, it's quite pleasant, you can go there and your mind is kind of appealing that, then faculties are growing. This is the second thing it is mentioned. Third one, tathacha sakaccha kriya sampadeti. Very slight difference, sakaccha kriya. So you are doing it consistently. Sakaccha kriya, doing it consistently. Not that you do today and then after another week you are trying it. Maybe another week, after another week you are trying it. That is not sakacchakari. Intermittently you are doing it. That's not the proper way. Say for example that in meditation one common example given, say in the good old days you have to get ignition, fire, by rubbing two sticks. You know that, right? Some dry sticks, you are rubbing each other for a long time, and when it is heated to some extent, then the bursts are coming, kindling happen. You have to do it continuously. You can't take a break while you are doing it. Say you do some rubbing, you feel little, difficult. Your hands are now aching. Okay, I better take a rest. Now you go for a tea. After taking a tea, now you again start. Again rubbing. Still now pains are there. Arthritis is there. Another break. You are coming next day. Better I come next day. Again start rubbing. Again feel, say, do you get this way? Will you ever get kindle? You can't. The same thing apply in meditation. Say when you are developing, you have to be consistent, continuous. That's why continuous practice is quite important. That's why, as practitioners, we have to include these practices into our timetable, into our daily routine. In the morning, every day, you are, say, waking up a little early. Say you do a walking practice. You do a little sitting. Every day while, say, brushing your teeth, you be mindful. Not just one day, not just 1 week. You have to do it continuously, many years even. Say you are growing a tea, you are doing paddy farming, cultivation. If you are simply going to the paddy field once a month, can you grow there? Can you get good harvest? You can't, right? So the farmer every day has to go there. He has to look at the thing and he has to prepare the ground and everything every day. Then probably he may get the good harvest. So similarly in meditation also, so you have to be consistent in your practice. You can't be neglectful. So that is why if we are not doing it properly, then our faculties may not sharpen. So we need to recognize where I go wrong. What is the mistake that I do? That's why it is mentioned here. So these are the areas now you need to check. It's a kind of a checklist here. So now we discussed 3 points. Third one is you need to check whether you are doing it consistently. You are doing it daily. And even when you are, say, watching, now suppose now you doing it daily. Now you are in the sitting session. Now suppose you are watching each and every feeling, for example. Now you watch several feelings and then you are neglectful. You feel lethargic and you fall asleep. Again after 10 minutes you again get up and again looking at them. After 10 minutes again you feel sleepy. It can happen, no? Another 10 minutes you are again watching. Again you feel sleepy. Is it consistent? So you can apply all these things in the macro level or in the more refined level. Macro level in the sense, okay, daily you are doing practice. Refined level means, say, now you are doing the task, real, say, refining part in your sitting. So there also you have to be attentive. That's why it is taking time. I mean, all these things, even though we talk quickly, I mean, it takes a lot of time to get the proper balance. You need to have proper energy, your concentration has to be sharp, you have to consistently do it for long period of time. Then, okay, all of a sudden kind of a breakthrough can happen. That's why it is taking time. It may take years for us to get this proper balance. And so many other factors are also affecting. Say you had a bad day at your office, at your house, then certain impact probably available. Maybe, say you had a bad meal, probably it can have a slight impact. Maybe once you are sitting, probably others are making a lot of noise, can have a little impact. So likewise, when everything is properly in a favorable manner, now you fall asleep, miss the chance. Now everything is available, you are also doing it properly, you are also doing it consistently. Now faculties are sharpening. So likewise, so now actually we discussed 3 factors. First one is you are paying more attention to the passing away side, cessation side. Second one is you are doing it properly, wholeheartedly. Third one is you are more consistent in your practice. So I think we can spend some more time tomorrow discussing the other 6. And with that, I like to conclude today's Dhamma sermon. And thank you very much for attentive listening.